The tools that Adam gave me felt like a gift at first, a way to escape, a way to belong. But now they felt like a mask I couldn't take off. And the more I wore it, the more I wondered if anyone would ever love the person underneath. Welcome to my villain era. By the time I realized what I'd become, it was too late to go back. Adam had taught me everything: how to pretend, how to create a persona, and how to be whoever I wanted to be. I started studying kids like I was a scientist in a lab experiment. From the clothes they wore, the way they moved, the way they spoke, I absorbed everything. At home, I would watch Disney shows, but with a different lens, mimicking all the characters who seemed to have it all together. I practiced their smile, their jokes, even the way they walked. For a whole year, I was obsessed over transforming myself. Trends, I was on them. Conversations, I knew what to say. I took every skill my friend had taught me and used it to create this whole persona. I became so good at the act that people didn't know if I was lying or not. Compulsive lies became my weapon of choice. If a kid wanted to hear something cool, I'd say it. I would lie about the gadgets I own, the trips I would go to. I would also say that I would have high connections in high places now that I knew that this place where my family was from was known to be a very popular one, so I would use that. My imagination was endless and my lies were convincing. Even my biggest bullies leaned in and were intrigued. And that's all I wanted, and that's what I wanted. When I turned 10, I threw a huge birthday party. I only had Adam as a guest usually when I would throw parties. I told him some made up lie like, oh, I just made new friends at school. But the truth was darker. Half of those kids were the same one who locked me in a bathroom once, the ones who chanted insults at me one day at recess. They weren't my friends, they were my bullies. But in my mind, having them at my party was the way to go if I really wanted popularity or if I wanted to be accepted once again. I needed them at my party. Keep your enemy close, right? The party was a success. Everyone was talking about it, and I was now known as that cool kid who threw a really cool party, and if you missed it, you missed out. My reputation was on a high level. I even became school president. I had unlocked the secret to attention. Adam noticed everything from the get go. He knew me, he knew the real me, he knew who I was. So, for him to see me becoming the person that I was becoming, it was difficult. It was difficult, and I was so in denial whenever he would point it out. I would just tell him that no, that's me. I've always been that way. And by 5th grade, my persona was on point. I had all I wanted. I sat with the popular kids at cafeteria, talked about pop culture, and even got my bullies to respect me. But my carefully built, made up world came to an end when my parents announced me that we were moving again. I was furious. I felt like they were sabotaging me. I felt sabotaged. I became so dramatic, y'all. I even wrote them a letter accusing them of ruining my life and that my sister was the only one who was supporting me. But once the tantrum passed, a deeper fear took over, and it was that was gonna lose Adam, just like I lost Lou, and I really didn't want that to happen. My school planned a ski trip for 5th graders that year, and it was going to be my last event at that school before I moved out. And to me, it was kind of like the last chance for me to redeem myself and fix everything with Adam. Obviously, I had new friends, and when it came to room arrangement, they wanted me to be with them. I told them about Adam and that he was cool, super funny, that they will like him. Adam was very skeptical at first, but he trusted me, and he shouldn't have. Adam was a very confident person. It was just impossible for them to have someone like him be this confident when he doesn't have many friends, when he's not considered popular, and when he's not chasing all of the things that they were chasing, including myself. So they saw him as a threat. And what do you do with threats? You trick them. And that's what they did. One night, they were questioning me about Adam. So they would ask me a question, and I accidentally, well, was it really, share with them one of his biggest fear, which was scary movies in the dark and, things like that. And so they used that against him. That one night, they turned off all of the lights, and when he was gonna walk back into the room, they were gonna like jump at him and, just jump scare him or something like that, to use an information that Adam gave me because he was trusting me. wasn't it wasn't nice. It wasn't nice. When Adam walked back to the room, they succeeded at pranking him. So Adam panicked. He went to the teachers, and um, it just got really, really bad. The aftermath was devastating. Adam switched rooms, and he did not speak to me during the rest of that trip. And when the trip ended, I just knew that our friendship was over. He didn't say goodbye to me. He didn't even turn around. And he was right when that moment happened. I kind of had this whole realization that I've been for the past year chasing popularity and wanting to be accepted and wanting to feel loved, when that love was by my side this whole time. The friendship we had was the friendship I would pray for, and that was the last time I saw him ever again. Moving to a new city felt like starting over again, but the damage was already done. And I couldn't forgive myself about this whole Adam situation, and I couldn't really do much about it because at the time it was very difficult to reach out to people. I didn't have a phone. You would have to like write letters in order to do that, and I remember writing a letter but not receiving a response. The persona that I created was all I had left. It was not just a character anymore. It was who I was becoming. And as I stepped into this new chapter of my life, I wonder, could I ever go back to myself? Or was this mask going to be my new reality?